I'm reporting a crime, I think.
Okay, what is your name and where are you currently?
I'm at home. I was hiking out in the woods with my dog,
Ma'am,
and
what is your name and your location? I need to know your name and location.
there was this tree, and there was a guy's face sticking out of it.
Please, Can you repeat that?
I said a guy's face was sticking out of a tree. Like, fused with it? Or stuffed inside of it? I don't know if he's dead or alive. I don't have a cell phone, so I came straight home. Look, I'm not sure if it was real or not, or some weird prank, but I saw an eye moving and looking at me.
Okay, understood. What is your address?
723 Preston Street. I live here in Bedford.
Okay, please sit tight. I'm sending 2 officers over and they're going to escort you to the site of the crime. What is your name, please?
I don't want to get in trouble. I didn't do anything wrong.
I know, ma'am, but we have to file reports and keep records in case we need to contact you in the future. And if you don't, the officers escorting you will ask you when they get there. Now, could you please tell me your name?
Do I really have to?
I think we're gonna start with the workers since you get there before the others get into town. So the workers, you have an address for one of them, and once you arrive there, it's basically just like muddy and like some little stones sprinkled on it for like a bit of better grip for cars. And there are just containers. Like 3 containers, like
shipping containers?
No, like those living containers that you put in like construction sites and all of that.
Oh, okay, a trailer. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. No, we call them container houses here.
Right, makes sense. Yes.
There are 3 of them. They're all white. They have little stairs, and you see in one of those 3, in the middle one, there's light. There are curtains drawn, but you can see a little bit of light behind those.
All right. And I'll look to Stram and say, alright, let's just play it cool. Obviously, if we spook them, they're less likely to say anything, so...
Yeah, we know... Do we know exactly what unit Casado is in, or just generally that he's here?
You just know generally that he's here.
Let's focus on finding Casado.
Agreed.
We'll just... on the first trailer.
On the first or the one with the lights?
Lights, yeah.
Alright, because that's the one in
the middle
yeah,
trailer.
you know,
I listen very well.
Nah, that's fine, don't worry about it. Yeah, you knock, and you hear footsteps, you hear a muffled talking thing that could be Spanish inside. It's hard to really say through all of the rain, like down on the container. It's quite loud. And then a door opens. You see a burly, relatively strong man with a little bit of taint going on with its skin. He seems to be working a lot outside. And he obviously talks in Spanish. I'm not gonna do a weird representation of a absolutely butchered accent. I'm not gonna even try. So he opens the door and asks in Spanish, "Oh, hey, can I help you?"
Yeah, we're looking for Casado. Is he around?
Yeah, that would be me.
Oh, do you have a minute? We want to talk about. And he just sort of jerks his head in the direction of where Cristo was.
Yeah, his face sinks a bit, and he just nods. And says, Come on in. Mark here can also tell you a little bit. We're the only 2 left. Who are you exactly?
Consultants. I'm a federal archaeologist, so I go and I look at these kinds of things.
Yeah, okay. So, are you working that case?
Yeah, we are.
He seems relieved as you say that. Okay, yeah, come in. You want some coffee?
Yeah, please.
He shouts, Mark, hey, can you brew him some coffee? And you see another dude, also obviously worked a lot of his life outside. It's the same weathered rough skin. Both of them have super short hair, and they wear like working clothes even now. You see the inside of the trailer is described really quickly. At the back wall there are just bunk beds, 3 of them. There's a wardrobe they probably all have to share, and there's a table where Mark, that he has just been called out to, he just stands up from the table and makes you some coffee from like a little instant coffee and a kettle they have. So yeah, he points to a few chairs and says, yes, sit down. We're gonna help you. We want our friends back, want our colleagues back.
Yeah, well, if you could tell us about what you saw, and not just what you saw of Cristo, but maybe the days surrounding as well, if anything stands out, no matter what.
Yeah, there's honestly a lot. We all were hired, like, from Victor himself. Thought he's just like, we struggled a little bit to find work. We are trained in all of these machines, all of the heavy machinery needed for logging. He found us, and yeah, he offered us work, but now we're here. We're sitting in a fucked up trailer. 3 of our people are gone. We're currently on strike, but there's not a whole lot we can do. He took our work visas and is keeping them hostage.
When he says that, I will pull up my phone and just shoot off a quick text to SIMPSON, just saying, get work visas from Smith.
Yeah, I mean, what do you want to know? There's a lot of shit that has been going on.
Well, have you seen any big animals, bigger than normal?
You say this, and they both instinctively start looking at each other. Yeah, we have. It all started, I think, 2 weeks ago. Our tires were slashed from the normal jeeps. We saw some wolves around the area. And before he continues, with your 16 biology, you would know that wolves have disappeared from the Appalachians since, well, decades. Nah, not decades. 10 years skips centuries? No, that's 100 years.
Like,
right?
they're extinct in the area, you mean? Or at least
they're extinct in the area since some time ago. We had this... And he hesitates. And then Mark, the other one currently making coffee, picks up again and says, We met something. We called it the forest god. That's the best description we can get. It's a giant thing with horns, I think called stags. It spoke. I think just like we didn't understand much except go away. And well, we told our boss, we told Victor this, and he told us to shut the fuck up and work. So yeah, we did. And then a week ago, Cristo was the first to go missing, and then 3 days ago, Ernesto and Salvador also went missing. At that point, we laid down our equipment. We've been sitting here for 3 days, doing basically nothing.
Has the forest god spoken to you since you stopped working? Has it been leaving you alone?
We saw him once more, not speaking, but just at the edge. But like, he stops again and tries to collect his thoughts. He looked like a man this time when we saw him the next time. He has moss growing over his face and like goat horns or something. He didn't do anything, just watch us. We didn't work. That was just like 2 days ago. We weren't working, so we just hoped he went away. We barred the doors, and yeah, that was the last time we saw him. Since we haven't even really left the trailer except when we need to go to the toilet. And then the other one, Danilo, chimes in again. We don't even go alone anymore. We try to cover our backs.
That's a good idea.
And both nod.
Do you have weapons?
We, I mean, he gets up and from behind the door, from the entrance, he pulls out a big axe and you see a splitting hammer that's also been placed at the door.
Good.
Just wish we could have understood what he said instead of just those two words. English is just not our first language.
Well, this is a moral conundrum because I think STRATUM is realizing that we can leave them in here and the forest will probably take them. But if we take them out to save them, they might expose what happened. Hold tight. Okay, I'm gonna make a phone call. Can I get into one of the other trailers, or?
They're locked. The one to the right, the first one, that's the improvised office of Victor, and the other one's just for storage.
Okay. He is actually going to go out, and he's going to try to break down the door of Victor's office.
I was going to ask, before you go breaking down the door, could I go ahead and use my criminology to try to lockpick?
See, that's a better idea.
Using Now, I don't actually have a lockpicking kit on me, but using a flathead screwdriver and a hairpin.
Yeah, so basically just like trying to get that to open. Yeah, sure.
Well, using the hairpin as a makeshift tumbler, to hit the tumblers and the screwdriver slowly kind of work it in.
Yeah. I mean, you could always try. Yeah, give me a criminology roll.
All right, let's give it a shot.
Fuck yeah!
Success 1 on 40.
Hell yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah, with that critical success, you notice it's a door. It's locked, but it's a really shitty lock. It's also just a probably really cheap trailer he got there. And after a little bit of jimmying the screwdriver around, you get the door open without really damaging the door itself.
Alright, I'll open it up and I'll go ahead and open it. Just look to Agent STRATUM. After you.
Thanks. And as he walks in, he's looking around, but he's also calling Simpson.
I'd say this is around the time where Simpson and Sly arrive in town, or maybe even at the address. So, Simpson, as you exit the car together with Sly, your phone rings.
Yeah, I pick up.
STRATUM here. We have a bit of a choice to make, and I figured I would consult with you first.
Sure.
We have 2 civilians. They are currently hiding from an unnatural force that they have seen and interacted with. They don't seem to be touched themselves, but they've seen it. They believe it. We could leave them here in the forest and let it take them, which it will most surely do. We could kill them, or we could save their lives and take them out.
Kill them. Hey, it looks like we're almost there.
What's going on, boss?
Oh, no, they're just talking to me about the loggers I found in the woods.
What?
I like to keep things simple.
You and I got different definitions of simple.
I'll see what's more simple than putting a bullet through someone's head. You did it earlier.
How about you let me take point on this one, boss? You can watch my back. Make sure I'm doing okay.
Oh, no. I wouldn't see you or anyone else. As long as you're a mission forward type person. Get it done.
Yeah, just would rather not explain Dome and a hiker on this job. So, let's try and keep this cool while we talk to this lady.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't mention anything about that.
Okay, I guess we talked to Lang.
He's smiling the whole time we're talking to.
Alright, so where does Lang live?
She lives in town itself, so you're out of this really dark, depressing, and suffocating forest. You arrive at the address, you see it's a quaint little family home. ground floor, no second floor, nothing else. And yeah, the lights are on. There's a car in the driveway, and through the windows you see a quite average woman, dark hair. She seems a little bit sporty. She still wears like a tracksuit. Seems to be cooking right now.
Yeah, knock on the door.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it doesn't take very long until you hear someone approach. Takes 1 or 2 seconds where she probably looks through the peephole, and then the door opens a little bit, and he just looks out and says, "Can I help you with anything?"
Hi, ma'am. My name's Agent Sly. This is Agent Simpson. We're here to ask you questions about the incident you discovered earlier.
Oh, yeah,
hiking.
definitely. Give me a moment. And she closes the door again, and you hear the chain being unlocked, and then she opens it and says, "Yeah, that thing. Oh, sure. Do you want to come on in? Or, I mean, it's probably..." She looks outside with all the rain. Yeah, and steps to the side.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, inviting you into her home. I'm cooking, so if you don't mind, I'm just...
We can talk while you cook.
Okay,
That's
wonderful.
fine.
Yeah, she walks back to the kitchen. You see a little kitchen island in the middle. And yeah, she's just continuing. Seems like she's meal prepping.
Yeah, so I just asked for a timeline. What time was it? Why were you out there? What made you go towards that tree? Because I didn't see a trail or anything next to it. And what did you do afterwards?
Well, I was outside. It was a morning yesterday. Just a normal 8 a.m. run. Just before I go to work, I take my dog and I walk her mostly through the forest. It's been normal. Normally nothing happens. But she was quite agitated that morning while walking through the forest. Seemed nervous. She's normally never like this. Loves to go on long hikes. Something was in the trees and she just ran after it. Something furry. I thought there was another dog, like not on a leash or something, and I shouted at her and ran after her. I didn't see what she was chasing in the end, but I saw something in the tree. I don't know. It looked like a face. I mean, I could have been wrong. I didn't look at it. I just grabbed the leash and ran out with her while she was still barking up that tree. And yeah, then I went back to my car, drove home, and called the police. I don't have a cell phone, so I have to get home first.
I understand. It's amazing what you see when you get in those high-intensity, adrenaline-fueled situations. You can hallucinate all sorts of crazy things. Thank you so much for revealing that to us, though. We appreciate your call.
Just hope no one thinks I'm crazy.
Oh, no, not us. Not you, right, Agent Simpson?
Oh, no. Absolutely. It's completely normal to see such things, especially when all those chemicals in your blood start pumping.
She nods. Yeah, I've been saying that to myself too, because like why would that and how, you know? It was also somewhat dark.
Yeah, exactly. We were wondering the same thing on our drive over. Just hoping you felt the same way.
Did you find anything actually there, or was she just barking up the wrong tree? If you know what I mean. Maybe she caught wanted to catch a squirrel or something.
Probably just that. We didn't see anything out of the ordinary, did we?
No, not at all. But we are having an ongoing investigation in the area, so even though it was a false alarm by the time the sheriff got out there, we had to follow up on such things.
All right, it's good. Good to see that. Even though it was nothing that someone's taking it serious, at least. Like, could have been something, you know?
I still wouldn't recommend going back there, being the storm we're having. It gets pretty dangerous on those roads.
Oh, yeah, I know. Been living here for all my life. I know how it gets when it gets stormy. And she chuckles nervously. Both of you can actually give me a human roll, generally for her behavior during the whole conversation.
Oof, big fail.
Damn. 45 over 40.
Alright, so, yeah, no,
I'll ask this: is there a dog?
there is not.
We've been in the
no.
house for.
But you see,
Okay.
you see
my
signs of a dog being here. Like you see water bowls, you see leashes on at the front door. But yeah, you don't really catch anything from her. She just seems genuinely nervous a little bit about what she thinks she might have seen.
Do I hear?
But yeah, there you don't see a dog, and no, you also don't hear one.
Oh. You want to ask it or me?
Yeah, I'm just what kind of dog you got?
Yeah, I've got a Labrador. She's a great girl. She's called Kelly. She's at the groomer right now. I'm gonna have to. She looks at the clock. I'm gonna have to go and pick her up in like 15 minutes if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Oh, that's completely fine.
Just FYI, what is she cooking?
She's like
who starts cooking 15 minutes before you gotta go get your dog from
yeah,
the groomer?
she's
That
just
doesn't seem-
finishing up. She's meal prepping, so you see like 7 glass bowls, glass Tupperware containers,
Right. Okay.
and she
trying to get her gains.
Yep.
Protein. All right.
she's
Cool.
just getting all the ground meat and vegetables that she cooked. She's just pouring it all over the rice that's already in there.
All right. What? I think we're good here, Agent Simpson. I say leadingly, so we don't have to kill this poor woman based on what my cell leader seems to be into.
I turn, smile, and turn back to the woman. Have a nice evening, ma'am.
Yeah, she smiles at you and says, "Yeah, thanks for following up on that. Have a nice evening too."
We're gonna head back outside, and once we get past the door, I will say, we're gonna follow her, just to make sure she's going where she said she's going. And then we'll meet back up with the others, see if they finished their part of their mission.
What was that part again, boss?
Sly asks that. Simpson doesn't really answer, and then you wait in the car, see her leave. You follow her with a bit of a distance between you, and yeah, she just picks up her dog. You see it's a Labrador.
Anything odd about the Labrador?
You don't spot anything, no.
Alright. I'll trail her back on her trip back home, see if anything's out of the ordinary.
Yeah, no, she just goes home. Goes inside, dog follows. Nothing out of the ordinary happens.
At that point, I'll go ahead and pull out my phone and dial last number.
Alright, so let's see. STRATUM SYLVAN. Before that call reaches you, there's about, let's say 15, maybe up to 20 minutes. What are you doing in that time? Currently, you're standing in the office of Victor.
Absolutely turn this place over.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go ahead and I guess STRATUM, do you have search?
Yeah,
If not, I
do
can
that first.
take point on this.
Oh, you can also both.
Alright, let me.
Yeah, we can
I'm
both.
absolutely fine with you both rolling because there's a lot to be searched.
Success 36 under 60.
Failure at a 56 over 40.
Okay, so there are filing cabinets. There's like a desk with a few drawers where you can search through, and you're not rushing things, but you're also not taking a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
Agent SYLVAN, you find some documents, which seems to be some accounting stuff, just like numbers and transactions and all of that. They seem off, but you can't really tell why they seem off to you.
Yeah, that's not my area. I'll turn to STRATUM and say, STRATUM, how versed are you on economic chicanery?
I'm okay with it.
I'll kind of pass him over the papers I found in the filing cabinet.
Yeah, he's to explain that failed search. Like he's just been staring at like a box.
Hell yeah.
just like eyes glazed over, kind of horrified at what they're about to do. But yeah, now that you hand it to him, he will kind of lock in, click back into focus, and try to discern this piece of paper, these files.
You have a 40, I think.
Is that a roll?
That's alright. They're not really well forged.
Okay.
What you can read from this is he has some documentation on the whole thing being legit, basically. Like permission to cut down the exact parts of the forest where they are. And that's like the worst forgery you have ever seen. Someone with just a little bit of knowledge knows this is absolute fucking bullshit. But what's really interesting is that on the countings tab, it looks like he paid money to the mayor and the police for the last 4 months. Probably to keep their mouth shut.
That tracks.
Then the third thing you discover is the land, officially, like, since it's protected area, should belong to the state. However, he has documentation of it belonging to a family by the name of Halford. And that documentation doesn't seem forged. It just seems weird that this part of a protected area is dated. First of all, the certification for possession, like who the area belongs to, that thing is dated to like 1830, like really far back, and it's dated to the family named Halford. Yeah, those are the 3 things you can dig up.
Yeah, he mulls that over, shares it with SYLVAN.
Huh.
Does the name Halford mean anything to you? Is it a pseudonym? Do you think it sounds legitimate, or?
Doesn't mean a thing to me myself, but I'm sure that if we dig deep enough, we're gonna find the connection there.
I figured they're connected to this forest god. So, okay. How do you want to deal with... He just inclines his head towards where the other trailer is.
I'd actually like to human STRATUM right now to see what exactly is going through his head.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Oof. Failure, 72 over 50. I'll just shrug and say, look,
I think even a failure will tell you that he's not taking point on this.
I'll just shrug and I'll say, look, as far as I see it, those two are harmless in there. And honestly, if they go around talking a bunch of shit about people getting dragged off into the woods by a giant deer, no one's going to listen to them. They're nobodies. You know, though, in fact, if anything, they're probably just going to get either locked up or reported.
You gotta deal with SIMPSON then, because I'm not fucking dealing with his whining.
If it comes down to it, I'll deal with him.
Alright. And he's gonna grab kind of the files and probably a few other, just whatever miscellaneous shit he can carry, stuff it into his backpack and close the door on this trailer.
You're gonna have to leave it unlocked because of the way you got in, but yeah, closing the door is... He's probably gonna wonder the next morning if he even locked it right.
Should we just leave, do you think?
Yeah, I think the longer we stick around here, the better chance of someone bumping into us we don't want to see right now.
About bumping into someone you don't want to see. Give me an alertness roll, please, both of you.
Oh boy.
Shouldn't have spoken into existence.
You know, look, friends don't let friends get caught unawares.
Hell yeah.
It says 50 on 50 for a crit.
And that's a failure for STRATUM at 28 over 20.
With the critical success, even through the fake forest, Agent SYLVAN, you spot that giant stag again, and 2 of those goats on his right and left side. Like, one on his right and one on his left, not 4, but 2.
I will kind of push STRATUM back deeper into the trailer and be like, wait. Shit.
What?
More of those freaky animals right there on the tree line. Giant stag, looks like 2 of those goats.
Well, neither one of us lit the match.
Are they doing anything, or are they just standing there menacingly?
They were standing there menacingly. They're actually approaching slowly, so they're not just charging at you.
Like directly towards us, or?
Yes.
Okay.
And they're coming closer and closer until the edge of the clearing. So they're like, let's say, 10 feet away now.
I'm going to draw my 1911. And I'm not going to fire, I'm just going to keep it ready. I'm just going to look at his trailer and just say, stay down, stay in the trailer. It's not much, but it's some cover.
He nods and also does the same, prepping his weapon.
Yeah, thinking back to my time at Yellowstone, anytime there was a large grizzly outside.
This is the moment where you both roll sanity as simultaneously all 3 of their mouths open and they start to speak.
Ah! That's valid.
Success 21 under 63 somehow. I don't know.
It's a success at a 45 under 78.
Yeah, I'm still gonna...
We expected this. They
Yeah.
They spoke to the men.
Yeah, I still think this is even though it's expected, like...
It's a D4.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's a 1. You both succeeded. It's
Just
a
a
1
one,
from
okay.
unnatural, as they speak completely in sync with each other, and 3 voices just echo, as it says.
This forest is sacred. You outsiders may stay until you harm. They harmed.
Not saying shit, letting them talk, and not saying shit, and
Oh yeah, no, I'm
not gonna argue with the forest beasts.
eyes wide, just looking kind of like back and forth.
Are you gonna harm nature? Or are you here to protect those who do?
I'll look at Stratum.
Stratum just kind of whispers. He assumes that they can hear him. He just goes, "No, we won't harm."
He just lowers his head for a moment, as if nodding. And after a little bit of silence, they don't talk, you don't talk. The stag looks into the direction of the second container.
I'm gonna... Fuck. This is what happens when Sylvan's a bleeding heart. I'll say... Shout, really. Wait, they didn't mean any offense. They're just here because they didn't know any better. They're not the ones you want.
They hurt this blessed woods.
You've already...
Ignorance is not protecting them.
I'm gonna have to roll willpower check, see if I shut the fuck up or try to say anything else. Yeah, you know what? Killing them will mean nothing. The other 3, the ones you've already taken, they mean nothing. We have the one you want. We can let you know where he is. Lies, bullshit.
I mean, not even. It's just true.
Well, we don't. Do we know where he is? Right.
We know where he
You know,
is.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, perfect. Good.
Stratum just whispers, "We can bring him."
We can bring him to you.
Is he the source?
Yes.
Yes.
Bring him. I will let those live. The others are already feeding what they destroyed. They took life, they become life.
Stratum just gulps.
Yeah.
Just shuts the fuck up.
Yeah, he, like the stag and the 2 goats, take a few steps back before they say,
Bring him into it. The forest will know.
Okay.
and then they, step by step, turn around and walk back into the dark forest until the darkness swallows them.
I text Simpson, "Stay out of the forest. We'll meet up with you soon."
Is this before I call him?
But this has to be before.
Yeah, just like a few minutes before, like maybe 2 or 3 minutes. Like you're driving, you don't even look at your phone, you hear the buzzing, but you're like, okay, gotta concentrate.
I'm a responsible driver.
I'll look at SYLVAN and just say, "I don't think we should tell them."
I think all they need to know is that they need to leave now and do not come back. You know, hell, if we need to tell them that,
We can drive them out.
I was gonna say, hell, if even we need to feed them some bullshit about how immigration authorities on their tail, who knows?
Yeah, let's do it. We'll get them in the car. I mean, I'm assuming it's not going to be hard.
No, absolutely not. It takes minimal convincing. There's a little bit of resistance about not having their work visas and their work licenses and all of
We'll
this.
get it for you. We'll get it. We promise. And he just sort of shows the FBI thing.
Yeah.
And like, we'll get it.
I think that's probably absolutely enough. They just pack up a few of their clothes and they're gonna leave with you.
Do I still get to call?
Yeah, I think that would be the timing when STRATUM and SYLVAN put those 2 guys in the car. That's the moment when the phone goes off for Agent STRATUM.
Pick it up, put it on. Well, yeah, on speaker because they don't speak English very well.
Hey, STRATUM.
Hi.
How did things go with the loggers?
He just kind of looks at SYLVAN.
Well, we got a lead.
I heard you texted me, but I'm driving. I got you on speaker. I'm in the car with Sly right now. What was that about?
Don't come back into the forest.
Why? What's wrong?
The the stag and the goat,
Uh-huh.
they're not alone, and
Goats,
they're not,
plural.
Yeah, there's several, and they talk.
All right. I guess I can in a motel in town. That's fine. What about your part of the operation I told you about? Is it done?
Yeah.
They're dead?
We took care of them.
What'd you do with the bodies?
The forest will feed. It wants to feed.
You can assure me of that?
Oh, I can definitely assure you of that.
How hard's a human over the phone?
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you believe it? Let's be real.
I'll just say, look, until you hear the damn thing talk to you and tell you that it wants you dead and gone, it wants all humans dead and gone out of the forest. Don't worry. He'll take care of it for us.
Okay. Got anything you want to add, Sly?
What exactly are we talking about doing this, boss, here?
It's on speaker though, so you heard everything.
So we can't just scare him out of town or get him to stop doing this with threat of federal charges or arrest him. We gotta take this to a next level.
Well, we were thinking, and he sort of looks at Sylvan, just like mask of terror on his face, because he's going against the rules and he's lying. If the two of you went and talked to the police and made sure that they don't spread things, we saw that they were on the payroll of Smith, and the mayor too, and we'll go chat with Smith and make sure he doesn't open his fucking mouth either.
Well, since the forest is gonna kill me if I go back inside of it, I think it's that'll be our next stop. What are those officers' names again?
One was Hooper. I don't know what the other one was named.
We didn't have the name of the second one, but I mean, he told us, probably out of character. But one of them was.
No, you don't. You only have Dean Hooper.
It was
Dean Hooper and one other random. Okay.
And the mayor, which we give you the mayor's name because it was on the paperwork.
You could also, if you want to, get that info to Terrant, so he can basically.
Oh yeah, we have a handler, don't we?
I am cell leader. I'll do my job.
I'll info dump to SIMPSON about the fraud and about the other mysterious family that owns the forest, and be like, okay, well, we'll give you a call when we've finished talking to Smith.
Alrighty.
Then we're gonna go kidnap him, so...
All right.
So, while driving, I'm gonna go to SIMPSON and Sly. You end the phone call while driving to the police station. Agent Sly, give me a drive roll. I know you are not driving.
Okay.
Oh.
83. I'm great both behind the wheel and to the side of the wheel. I didn't crit fail this time, so I got that going for me.
You can save the situation. What situation, you might ask? While driving, SIMPSON just finished a call. You see he's getting a bit tense, and then he starts shaking, like literally getting a seizure inside the car while driving. And you manage to grab the wheel and try to get you out of active traffic, which leads to you crashing a little bit inside of a street lamp or something. Say both of you take 1 damage. You weren't going too fast. I hope you wore your seatbelt.
I mean, I've already wrecked the car once already, so it seems like...
Yeah, what's the second time, right? Agent SIMPSON, while driving, for a moment you close your eyes, and when you open them again, you stand in the middle of a forest.
Oh, this ain't good.
You have full control over yourself, by the way.
Oh, shit. Not this again.
You look around, you see the outside of your vision is a little bit blurry. And when you move your head real fast, everything seems to move a bit slower. It instantly gives you an incredible headache. And then you take 1 step and you hear a crack under the soles of your shoe.
I look down.
As you look down, you see a face of a man. It seems he looks like almost as if he's been swallowed by earth. Just his face is looking. His body shows signs of decay and animals having eaten his face, leaving empty eye sockets. There's no nose, and literal parts of his cheek and chin are completely stripped away until you see literal bone, and the teeth are completely exposed. And he's still breathing. Give me a sand roll.
Jesus. Oh my god.
Do I see this too, or just him?
No, it's just him.
15 under 42.
You lose 1 point from violence.
Nice.
You can also give yourself a little tick.
Yeah, we got 1 tick. Let's go, baby.
Yeah, what are you doing as you take your foot off the mutilated face?
I'm just quickly looking around from side to side and trying to figure out where I am, if anything's around me. I'm just trying to take in my surroundings.
Yeah, you turn around hectically. As I said, everything moves a bit slower. You're literally in the middle of the forest. There's no path to be seen. There are just trees everywhere. It slopes a little bit down on one side, so that's one thing. And then as you turn to face the face again, you see one of those giant goats standing there, gnawing a little bit of rotten skin off his forehead. And with a whoop, you're back. Your head hurts, your chest hurts, because the airbag has expanded and pushed you a little bit back. And you see, basically, you wake up a few seconds after you crashed into the lamppost. Yes, you still see the hand of Sly on the wheel.
You okay, boss?
Oh my god. You okay?
Yeah, I don't think I'm getting my deposit
shit.
back on this Jeep.
I hope you didn't use your name on it. Oh, Christ. Switch places with me.
I mean, does the car even work anymore? Like,
I think it's robust
damn,
enough.
Built Jeep tough. Alright, well...
Yeah, you weren't going too fast, like, I don't know, 10, 15 miles, something like that.
Yeah, I want to get into the passenger seat. My head hurts.
I will try and drive this awful squealing thing towards... Is it the hotel? Are we going to talk to the cops? What are we doing now?
I think cops is what was agreed on.
Alright, yeah, well, I will go talk to the cops, yeah.
I have seizures sometimes. Sorry.
I understand. You got any medication for that?
It's in my bag.
Okay, well, you just let me drive from here. You're in my safe hands until I put it in the ditch again.
I need to take a breather. And he's just... his right leg is just bumping up and down like crazy. He's biting his nails.
Alright.
Yeah, for the rest of the way, Agent Sly, you navigate the quite banged up vehicle into the front parking of the police station. When you arrive, I would say it's like close to 6 p.m. after all the back and forth. It's not a big station. There's probably just a handful of officers even working there.
So, out of character, what's my mission here? According to what STRATUM and SYLVAN told us?
So we told you that there was that Smith was paying off the cops to be able to work in this area, and then he was also paying off the mayor, and that the land is also not, it should be state owned, but it's owned by a private family. So there's a lot of discrepancies that they should be able to clarify for you. Whether they do so willingly or not is their choice.
Okay.
Yeah, just a little bit of blackmail. Blackmailing them into shutting the fuck up about everything.
I work for the FBI. I assume that's day one. Yeah. So I'll go in. Simpson, are you feel up to this, or do you want me to handle it?
Yeah, I'll be behind you. You take the lead on this one.
Alright, yeah, I go in.
Yeah, you go in. There's the same dude that you've seen at the crime scene is currently guarding the front desk. Seems to have a very long day today.
Yeah, I imagine. Is there anybody else here?
You do see like 1 or 2 other officers walking in the background in the actual station.
Alright, yeah, I talked to Hooper. You got a coffee maker? Can you make me one of those while we talk?
Yeah, he nods. Oh, yeah, for sure. Let me just open, and he opens the little door for you to get in the back. And yeah, brews some coffee. Just a really simple filter machine.
Those are always the best ones, honestly.
Yeah, I wait till it's running and loud enough that our conversation can be obscured in whatever amounts for a break room. Then I will sidle up to him. And it's like, so how much does Smith pay?
He completely stops in his tracks.
So no human roll on that one. Okay.
Absolutely not. No, he's a very bad actor. If he even tried to hide it. And yeah, he just doesn't say anything for a few seconds, just stares at you with this on his face is like a little bit of disbelief and a bit of oh fuck. And then he just says, I don't think I want to talk about this.
Well, we have till the filter's done to get done talking about this, or else I'm going to talk about this with your superior officer.
Okay, what?
So how much is it?
$1.5 grand a month to look away.
Just you? Are your boys getting in on that action?
Everyone.
You ever do the math on that, Hooper? So I start pouring my coffee.
It's a lot of fucking
money. Yeah, it's pretty high overhead for an illegal wood poaching operation, wouldn't you think? I mean, how do you even make profit off of that? What are you doing? Selling teak on the black market? I think there's a better weight to value ratio. Or maybe you and your boys got all the dumbass sheriffs convinced that you're just picking up firewood while you're cooking meth, running things across borders, doing serious federal crime that'll put a young law enforcement officer like yourself in the deepest, darkest hole of a federal state penitentiary to enjoy the rest of their extremely short life until everyone realizes you're a police officer.
Yeah, you don't have to roll for human. His face is as much on the ground as it can be. He just says, "All right, okay. What do you want? If you wanted to see me behind bars, you would have just gone to someone higher up. What do you want?"
I'm back in the blue here, buddy. I'm giving you some free advice. It's a matter about whether you're wise enough to listen or not.
I'm all ears. And his voice is shaky.
See, what happens when you're on the take is the key is to get off before it's too late. That's the way you get this done right. Now, I find some things while I'm investigating Smith about these missing workers, and God knows what he's doing out in those woods, that links back to you, this town. I get a big payday. I get to look like the agent. I'm Elliot Ness. That looks great for me. Things are very bad for you and your friends, and things are very bad for Smith. You arrest Smith, or you at least get him to stop operating in your town. All those accusations about you and your boys being on the dole, well, that's just a small-time lumber thief trying to get out of a charge. And no judge in the world's going to listen to that. See what I'm saying?
I see that, yeah.
I would suggest, for the health of you and, hey, let's be honest, our planet, you and the rest of the gang really, sign up for Greenpeace, grow a victory garden, get more attached to the earth, and become forest protectors. Because if my ass has to come out to this boondoggle again, I am going to leave a smoking crater where this fucking station once was, so I never have to drag my happy ass out of the city again to investigate the deaths leaked to your goddamn furniture wood smuggling business. Is that clear?
He gulps very hard and then very, very crystal clear.
Okay, your coffee tastes like shit. I dump it in the sink and I leave.
I think SIMPSON's just been smiling ear to ear.
He doesn't answer. You see the wheels turn behind his eyes, and he's probably done. You leave the police station. It's still raining. Weather's still shit.
Gotta leave it to the Fed to pressure the cops. Hell of a job in there.
Oh, well, you just gotta understand that nobody ever says what they mean. They always mean what they say. Let's get in this baby and ride. And I try and turn on our terrible Jeep. Yeah.
It takes three times trying to get the van to start up.
Yeah, trying to do an intimidating stare.
Cooper as we pull out.
The most pathetic exit
in the back.
Purrs like a kitten.
Oh my
He's
god.
just crying the whole time.
I think we gotta head to an auto zone before we get back up.
That's good. That'll give us more time.
Yeah, let's see. STRATUM. SYLVAN. You arrive at the hotel. The Hampton Inn in Bedford. Like, you get in, flash the badge, and that's enough for the young kid behind the counter who just earns himself some pocket money, guarding the counter to instantly give you the room number of Victor Smith.
And, how about you take a break?
Yeah.
Maybe 30 minutes?
Sure, whatever you say, boss. And he gets up.
Thanks. And just waits, watches the kid leave the building, and then turns to Sylvan like, alright, how are we gonna do this?
I mean, how do you want to go? One end, we just put a gun to his head, shove a sock in his mouth, and drag him back out to the woods. I don't think we're gonna bring him in peacefully, but how rough this gets, well, I don't know.
Oh, by the way, we did let the loggers out.
Yes. We don't just have them in the back seat, like...
Yeah, they're down at like a local, like a Subway or something. We gave them like $50. We're like, we'll be back with your visas in a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Which we will do. We will get their visas. But, yeah, let's just try to talk to them first, and then if we need to, we have guns.
Mm-hmm.
Go up and... on the store.
Yeah, it's 1 story above the ground floor, so it's probably not like he's gonna jump out a window. Takes a few seconds, and you hear footsteps, still like heavy footsteps, but dampened through the carpet. And the door opens, and there's a just dude, basically. He looks a little bit roughed up, slick back hair, but it's in all directions. You also see like the classic male pattern baldness, like starting, it goes deep, and he's not even trying to cover that. He wears like some pants for like suit pants and a unbuttoned white shirt. If he tried to dress himself up, he could look quite presentable. Right now, he just looks like he awoke from a nap. Yeah, he just looks at you, blinks once or twice. I don't think I ordered room service.
STRATUM smiles. Hey, we just wanted to have a quick conversation. You're Victor Smith, right?
Yeah, that's me. What do you fucking want? I want to take a nap.
Well, we found another one of your loggers. I just wanted to update you on the situation, bring you out to identify him, if that's alright.
Do I have to?
I promise it'll just take, 20 minutes? And we can bring you right back. We just need a positive ID, and the other men, refused to come, so.
He looks to both of you. Do you have anything in Persuade?
I should.
We got base 20.
STRATUM, you have 40. I have them all open. Okay, yeah. Give me a Persuade roll. Failure.
That's a failure to 51 over 40.
Hey, listen, maybe just come back with a picture and show that to me later, huh? I'm not... Nah. Have you looked outside?
If he goes to shut the door, I stick my foot in the door jam to prevent him from shutting it.
What he actually would have done. So you jam the door and he could say, whoa, chill, what the fuck?
We're not asking. If you want, we can come back with a warrant and really make your life difficult for you. Otherwise, you can come quietly and get this over with before you have to go back in the rain again in handcuffs.
It'll just take a moment.
Once again.
We promise.
Looks left, looks right. I rolled 100 on his human, so he just nods and says, yeah, let's get this fucking shit over it.
Fucking idiot! Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't strike you as the smartest he strikes you as someone who has money.
Yeah, the forgery was fucking bad.
But that's about it.
Never go to a secondary location with a botanist.
Yeah, he follows you.
We get him into the car.
I'm gonna position myself so that as he walks, I'm behind him. Let STRATUM take the front and kind of sandwich in between us.
We did a perfect good cop, bad cop routine. STRATUM still is not going to be driving, but yeah, we
I'll let
the
you
car
in the back with him while I drive.
Yeah, we'll be all cozy, and I'll start I'll ask him, while we're driving, questions about, how long he's worked in the business, what made him interested in coming up to this area, just a bunch of mundane questions to see if he lets anything slip, and also to kind of distract him from what is happening.
So, yeah, during the drive, he actually gets distracted. He seems to be at least somewhat picky with answering everything. Like when you ask him why he came exactly here, he just says, "Oh no, it's just a spot I picked. Nothing particular, nothing here. Could have been somewhere else. What do you exactly want to go at, huh? I have permission for all of this. This is absolutely legal."
I think Sylvan does actually laugh a little bit when he says that.
Yeah, we saw the documentation, so we see that you've got reasoning. Just trying to make conversation, just trying to... I see that it's... And Lukas, I'm so sorry, can you remind me the name of the family?
Halford.
I saw Halford family. I wonder, are they old acquaintances or just people that happen to own the land?
Well, I don't know the name of whoever owns the land currently. I just know that it belongs to them, and we have an agreement for me. I've met up with their lawyer, and I'm allowed to log everything in that area.
Do you have the lawyer's number? We need to let them know about what's happened on the land, just to give them that information.
Give me another persuade roll. Meanwhile, that's like the moment you enter the forest. Again.
It's a failure. 56 over 40.
He shakes his head. Listen, I'm not gonna give out everything just because I'm coming with you to identify a body. If you want to see everything, present me a warrant.
Okay. We happy to do so. Figured we might as well ask to see if we could get it out of the way, but totally understand that you'd like a warrant first. We're nearly there. So, probably just a little bit further, Sylvan. I think it's maybe up to the east up there. And I think STRATUM's just gonna kind of look out and try to make out maybe a silhouette. See if he can see the stag or a goat or anything.
Mm-hmm. Let's say that's the moment. You feel like you're deep enough with the car. You don't see anything right here, but pretty sure that you can just waltz into the forest and hope.
Just taps Sylvan on the shoulder.
I'll nod, pull off to the side.
Turns to Victor's like, we have to go on foot here. There's a bit of a mudslide. We got stuck the first time.
Yeah, fucking guess. You have at least something like a raincoat or something for me. Didn't even have time to grab anything. Come on.
He'll reach into his duffel and pull out a
basic cheap poncho.
Yeah, a basic poncho.
Yeah, he throws it over.
This should be good enough.
Okay, yeah. Let's go.
So we're just gonna walk. We're just gonna we're just gonna go.
And same marching order as last time. Although as we're walking, I won't necessarily put the gun to his back, but I'm going to unlock the holster. I'm keeping my 1911 in, and just keep my hand on the pistol.
Let's see if he spots that. He absolutely does not. He's focused on many things, but not you walking behind him. So you begin walking through the forest. He starts asking, okay, so how far is it? I'm wearing sneakers. I'm not gonna walk, I don't know, a mile into a fucking forest.
No, it's just a quarter mile from here, even a little less actually.
Okay.
And just kind of crashing through, trying to make noise, I think, at this point. Just really squelching in that mud with his boots and pushing aside brush. Just trying to let the forest know.
Yeah, that works. I'd say after 3 to 4 minutes, you slowly start to notice in front of you there's a bit of movement, and when you stop, a goat steps out into full sight.
STRATUM backs up.
Yep.
And kind of just pushes Victor, he just puts his hand on Victor and just kind of holds him forward. Just a little bit.
What the fuck is this, huh?
That's a goat. Sorry, I'm a little nervous around them.
I'm not taking point with that thing, and this is when you notice that the ground starts to move, and a few roots, really big roots, start encapsulating his feet up to his knee, and he's like, oh fuck, what the fuck? starts.
I
getting
jump.
louder.
I
Stepping
jump
away,
over,
stepping away.
like a cat that sees like a fucking cucumber on the ground. I'm just leap.
Yep. You take a few steps back. You hear him shout now, like, "What the fuck's going on here? Hey, what the fuck are you doing?" And besides the goat steps a humanoid figure. Let's say the face is completely overgrown on the sides with moss. The face looks almost like that of a goat, with like goat eyes, goat horns. However, his left shoulder is out of tree bark and antlers sprout out of it, while his right side is completely riddled with boils and tumorous growths on his skin that almost resembles porcelain, like white porcelain at that point. And he just looks at you.
The deal is struck.
Okay.
Go away. Let him be the fertilizer for new life to grow.
And you just like he's still screaming. What the fuck is this? Leave me alone. What the fuck? What is that for a thing? And he's losing his mind.
Any sand loss for any of this?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Can just
Yeah.
roll my yeah.
Yikes.
Can I roll my? That's a success at a 24 under 77.
Crit success 55 under 62.
HL7 with that critical success. I think the combined loss of like leaving that dude to be literally decomposing and feeding the forest and also seeing the forest god, that's I would say you still lose 1. And
Yeah, understandable.
STRATUM, I'd say for a loss with the combined thing, I'd say that's a 1d6 at least.
That's valid. That's a 6. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna take it because he's gonna have the flight response, baby. He's gonna get the fuck out.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're not a combatant.
Just run.
You turn around before SYLVAN can even shoot you a glance, and you're bolting out of there. You're just running.
Wait.
Yeah, he doesn't even. We get to the Jeep and he's still on. Like, he doesn't even register it. He's fucking going. I think like he'll run for miles. He's just getting out.
I'll chase after him. The last thing I want him to do is break an ankle and become yet more plant food.
Yeah, you know what? Agent STRATUM, actually do give me a athletics roll, and we'll see how.
See how much I break my legs here.
Yeah, how much, how you get through all of this.
That's a success.
Ooh.
It's a 13 under 30.
Okay.
Adrenaline is
All right.
a hell of a drug.
Yep. Yeah, you're full of adrenaline. The chemicals pumping through your body. Your head is pounding, your heart is pounding, and your legs start moving, and you're running like you've never ran before, even through all of this mud. You stumble a few times, but you always catch yourself before you fall. Until when you get back to yourself. I think SYLVAN probably didn't completely catch you, but SYLVAN, you saw that STRATUM, once he reached the street, just went to the left and started running on the street back into the direction of the city. So you had the chance to follow STRATUM with the car in a little bit of a distance, so when he eventually does come back to himself, you can pick him up.
Yeah, he's he's come back to himself. He's at the side of the road, just just dry heaving. He's breathing so fucking hard.
Yeah.
It probably actually does throw up.
Put on hand.
Just liquid onto the street.
As I see him there heaving his guts out, I'm just gonna put a hand on his back and pat him. Let it out, kid. Let it out.
We have to get their visas.
You did good back there.
And we have to leave.
Right. Let's go, quick.
And he gets in the back seat. And I think the lights down.
Yep, and I'll start driving back towards the old logging camp.
Yeah, you look through the camp. It's probably in the hotel.
Okay.
Yeah,
In the hotel.
Letting Sly or Simpson know about?
I'm gonna call them. Yeah, I'm gonna let.
Yeah, STRATUM's just quietly crying in the backseat.
I'm just gonna call. I'll probably call Sly first.
Hello.
This is SYLVAN. Shit. We don't need to worry about Victor anymore.
Why? I think that I told the cops they're going to shut down his operation, and nobody else is going to be operating out in the woods in a while.
Well, that's good. That's good. He will not be a witness in this case anymore.
Oh, okay. Y'all all right?
Let's just say, I look back at STRATUM. Yeah, you can probably hear him like quietly crying over the phone. We will be. Look, we're heading back towards the hotel now. Have one more loose end to tie up, and then after that, I think the quicker we're out of here, the better it will be for everybody.
Well, mission accomplished, and I don't understand what the hell happened. Perfect job, everybody. I'll see you back at the hotel.
Well, I'm gonna hang up and just...
Yeah, I think you make it to the hotel a little bit before Sly and Simpson. You get the visas, get it back to the workers who get out of there. And after a few minutes, you all meet up in the hotel parking lot. As you wait there, STRATUM calmed himself down. You see this really fucked up Jeep driving to
what
the
happened to
parking
you
lot.
guys?
Roads out here are shit.
An episode, well, yeah, we'll say that.
Yeah, I wink at Simpson. I cover for him.
Okay. Wow. Well, it looks like you had about as much fun as we did.
I couldn't hear what you said over the phone.
Oh, Victor is dead.
Oh. Well.
Don't worry about the details.
And STRATUM's just shaking his head. He's looking down at the ground, just shaking his head.
But at the very least, nothing will blow back on us.
What else we need to get done here?
Nothing.
Well, it seems like you guys did a good job tying up the bureaucratic end.
Yeah, I don't think those police officers are going to be bothering us.
Good. Cool. Cool.
You should have seen how Sly was digging into this guy. Oh my god. Well, want to go back out there and finish this up and go home early tomorrow?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
So, out of character, what more is there to do?
I think reporting to our case officer, and that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
That should be enough.
Gonna go ahead and call Tarrant.
After a few little beeps, a few little rings, he picks up his phone. Say, Tarrant, who am I speaking to?
Hey, it's Simpson.
Wonderful. How's it going on your end?
Well, those woods are do not operate in conditions, I feel.
I'm actually going to gesture towards him as he's talking, kind of like gesture, like tell him to put a big perimeter around it.
Just draw an X on that map that says fuck no.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I can change the story a little bit. You know, animal attacks, shit like that. Keep people out of there. Protect that anyway.
Yeah, make sure that whatever forestry protection agencies out here, if it's in our power, to really up the security, because that forest don't fuck around.
He stays quiet for a moment, but then says, "Okay, yeah, I see. Anything I should need to know to get my part done?"
Well, I think we got the police officers to shut their traps. The one witness didn't seem too convinced about what you saw, and the loggers didn't even speak English. So
okay, yeah, that's good.
I don't think anyone's believing them.
There's a family that owns the land. Big fuck no on that family too.
Oh yeah.
I
don't know the connection with that family. Investigate further?
Yeah, look a little bit into them. The last living relative of that family, a Finnegan Halford, born in 1823. So I think we're safe on that part.
He might still be in those woods. But yeah, no, probably not outside of them.
I turn and look. You see something I didn't?
STRATUM just clams up and starts like making like a like a little whine in the back of his throat that he can't seem to stop it, so he gets up and he goes to the bathroom. He shuts the door.
I'm going to take that as a yes. All right. I think we're good here then.
Okay, wonderful.
Rare case of a successful opera, right?
Yeah, I'm always happy when we get through this. First of all, as fast as we can and as unhurt. Everyone fine on your end? Nobody to patch up?
Just shaken up a bit.
Yeah, that's understandable. All right. If you want to stay here, I don't know, take a hotel, get a few hours of sleep. But let's be real. Just get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'll be sticking around for the morning.
Okay. I'm gonna work on a few official reports that will be broadcasted over the news, and that should cover everything. Pleasure working with you. Let's hope we never have to do it again, huh?
Likewise.
Good night. Get the fuck out of here.
And then he hangs up. It has been 3 days so far after Operation Green Mind officially ended. For Agent Simpson, however, it didn't. He stayed in the field. Something about this felt off to him. He just had a weird feeling. So Agent Simpson stayed behind, stayed at Bedford, staked out a few places, took another look at the eyewitness. She didn't investigate any further. Took a look at the police. They complied quite well with the help of Agent Tarrant. They closed the case after just 1 day when the operation was finished. Officially, the story goes like this. The logging company paid out to keep their workers silent, and when some of them threatened to break the silence for more money, they disappeared. There was no talk about someone being fused into a tree. There were talks about disappearances, signs to be found, and people who never showed up again. Officially, after the agents entered all of this debacle, the leader of Clear Sky Forestry, he ran away. Police officially never caught him. So yeah, there is an APB out on his head. However, the police suspects he already fled the country. After some time of Agent Simpson staying, you almost get the feeling that it actually is over. No one does anything anymore, town keeps quiet. However, on the evening of the second day, Agent Tarrant gave you a call about a Manuel Stone, some independent reporter living in Bedford. He seemingly got his hands on some files to the case, which really didn't add up to the official report that the police gave out. Whatever he tried to get to the media has been caught by Agent Tarrant and his team of friendlies. You, however, were tasked with finding out how the fuck he gained all of those information. You took a day to just follow him. You called up to a cell to ask for any information, basically, regarding him. Maybe anything you could use to blackmail, and the only thing they could come up in the span of like half a day was that there was some medical debt dangling over Mrs. Stone's head. His house could be foreclosed on, and they told you could go in and tell him that, seeing how cooperative he could be, the debt could either be supported by you, or maybe made even worse.
So I'm either making this guy an asset, or I am silencing him.
You should, first of all, take a look at the situation, like how the fuck is, like what's going on with the dude itself.
Why is he interested in this?
Yeah,
How did
exactly.
he get this information?
Yeah, get him to talk, and regarding...
What's his motive? His MO?
Yeah, exactly. Get him to talk, see if he is worth anything.
So I've been here for 3 days, and I've been scoping him out.
But you scoped him out for 1 day.
Okay, so I scoped him out for 1 day out of the 3, and following this guy a couple cars back, sitting outside while he's going into places, waiting, seeing what he grabs, who he's visiting. What's the deal with this guy?
So, what you do notice, he is fairly paranoid. He tried to take smaller routes. He took some lesser known routes that were being traveled on. He didn't even go out too much. Like, he went out to his part-time job that you found out he has. He works at the inn, tends to the bar there on the evenings, and works in the morning or midday on his stories as an independent reporter.
Okay, so he snook some roots out of the fucking hellhole woods that we escaped, and I am not going back to.
You didn't actually see him going in there.
Okay.
You, however, got the file that he wanted to get to a local newspaper. And in that file, you do see that he probably has been in there at least once. The file actually shows a picture of the tree where you cut the worker out after granting him the sweet release of death. So he took a picture of that thing at least. He also seemed to note that there were wood chips all around it. And then the worst thing about it is he actually had a picture of the man in the tree.
Okay. Well, that's pretty bad, and it's a good thing that we intercepted this. Did I intercept it?
You didn't. Agent Tarrant and his friendlies, however. They worked with a few local newspapers here and there, just like getting a few friendlies nestled in the newspapers as like new people, like internships and shit like that. And they managed to get all of the information before someone of actual importance saw them.
So they stopped the spread of information.
Yes.
And they probably laughed at anyone who thought it was real. To
You
shut
assume,
them up.
yeah.
Okay. Sounds like a good strategy.
Yeah, as far as it stands, he seems to be the only variable that is still left, basically untouched.
Well,
which is where you come in.
It's time to tie off some loose ends. So let's visit this guy.
Mm-hmm. There are basically 2 options where you can get him. Well, let's say 3. One is very sketchy and will alert probably anyone, which is the third option, where you just get him while he's driving. You could, however, like the 2 options that look the best in your mind are either getting him at home. You know, he works long evenings. You could either get him when he like arrives at his home, or when he leaves the bar, or just like before he normally gets up, you know, just catching him completely off guard and while he's super sleepy.
Let's do it when he gets home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you've noticed like probably like the bar closes quite late, so that could probably when he gets home, that could probably be like between midnight and 1 a.m.
I'll be waiting in his house.
Alright, okay, first question. How the fuck do you get in there?
I'm breaking in.
Okay. You don't have criminology. You don't have stealth.
It's a pretty rural area, right?
Yeah.
How far away is this guy's house from another house?
It's right in the middle of the town.
Ah, okay.
So his neighbors are just like, they would see.
I see.
However, you know what? Give me a luck roll.
Yeah, let's do that. Holy shit!
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That is the second 100 out of 100 for this fucking scenario.
Oh, God, how do I...
Oh, my God. Well...
You know, I just wanted to see if you... Yeah, you know what? Instead of, because I wanted to have you roll to see if he maybe has a spare key, it's even worse. He has a whole security system.
Fuck. So I roll up, and this guy's got cameras all over his house, and a fucking 3 deadbolts.
Yeah, exactly.
All the windows are locked and probably have alarms on them. And he probably has like those LED lights that fucking shine extremely bright when anyone comes up to the door. So this guy's like paranoid as fuck. I'm like, oh shit. I guess you're getting him outside of the house then.
I mean,
but I probably would
fair,
know this before I. If I was scoping this guy out for a day and knew where he lived already, I probably have to choose a different option now.
Yeah, I mean, you do have.
I'm going for the more
FBI
dangerous
credentials
option. I'm pulling him over on the road.
Oh Jesus Christ! All right.
Can I, like, go buy I guess like one of those lights that you put on the roof, the siren light.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna buy one of those.
Yeah, you can have one.
And I am going to try and locate this guy and pull him over, like I'm acting like a cop.
For the opera, you do have FBI credentials, however.
Ah, okay.
So you do pull him over. It's close to 1 a.m. at this point. He complies. The moment he sees the siren, it's a little town, so it's not like there's big traffic around here. So another car following him probably sparked a little bit of his paranoia, but then seeing the siren, he stops, pulls out of the road onto, I'd say actually there's like a little public parking space where there are just, out of 30 spaces, I don't know, 4 cars are parked. That's about it.
Oh, so I pull him over in like the middle of town, and we're going into
sure.
We're going into like a public parking area. Okay.
It is super fucking public.
So I'm
right behind a movie theater.
So he's pulling into a parking spot. I'm going to block his car behind.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna turn off the siren now and put it back in the car because I don't want any more attention on me.
That's fair.
I'm gonna grab my gun just in case, and I'm gonna step out of my vehicle and approach his window. I have sunglasses on.
Alright, so
I'm immediately flashing my fake FBI badge.
Mm-hmm. Going back to the grabbing the gun part, do you keep it holstered or do you literally have it in your hand?
I'm keeping it holstered.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, he already has a window rolled down when you get up to him and you show him the FBI badge, and his face lights up with a few different emotions. You can give me human roll for if you want to.
I have 40% in this. Let's see if the dice will be my friend now. There we go. At a 12 under 40.
Wonderful. So, what do you see in his face? In his slightly chubby face, you do know that he is like 33 years old, and his hairline is already starting to recede a little bit, and he has some chubby cheeks. He's not the most active, as it seems, but his face shows a few different emotions. First of all, surprise, and you actually feel like relief too. He looks at you expectingly, asks, what's going on?
I'm gonna lean in real close, put my arm up over his car hood, and put my face in the door hole of the window. Good evening. You know how fast you were going?
Yeah, I was driving to the speed limit.
Have anything to drink tonight?
No, sir. I just bartend. You don't.
What's your name, son?
Stone? Manuel?
Manuel Stone?
Yeah. What?
You bartending this evening? Is that right?
Yeah, I've been. Yeah. I just came from work.
So, bartenders normally go out in the woods at night to take pictures.
He seems to be caught off guard. He really didn't expect any of this. So what? It's not like it's anything illegal.
I see you're trying to spread some stuff around, son. Catching what I'm throwing.
What is this? Are you here to intimidate me?
I'm here so that you keep yourself safe. Understand?
Oh, I do think that you and, I don't know, your department, your buddies, whatever, you fucked up.
Is that so?
You're clearly, yes, you are clearly, and I have proof of this, you are clearly hindering official police business, even like strong-arming them into not releasing what actually happened.
And who are we to do that?
But you just showed me your fucking FBI badge.
Mm-hmm. So you're gonna go around and tell everyone that the FBI, the feds are coming in and fucking up the forest and strong-arming police officers? Is that what you're gonna tell everyone?
How about I just tell everyone the truth?
And what's that?
Looks like you already know the truth, huh? I think we're done talking.
I think you're done talking. For good.
Real quick, give me another human roll.
No, I'm going into ritual.
Oh, okay. Instantly, hell yeah. Alright. Then, let's see. So, how does it look when you do tap into the powers of lesser known knowledge, let's say? As you say those words, give me a ritual activation roll, and let's see if it actually works.
Yeah, did it. Well, we want to fail
oh boy.
these.
Oh, you don't want to fail it. Okay,
you don't want to fail it? I thought you need to fail.
So your ritual activation is 57.
Oh, I have to get under 57?
Yeah.
Fuck. I'll force the ritual.
I would say you can force it next turn again with another roll, but he's acting first.
Okay.
Which I also got a roll for. Oh boy.
And as I'm saying this, I'm swaying my head from side to side and staring him dead in the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I lose 3 willpower and 1 sanity,
no,
right?
You only lose half because you failed the roll. So you lose 1 willpower and 1 sanity.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll his drive now, because he actually tries to... Oh, Jesus Christ.
I did block him? Oh, okay,
yeah, that's
cool.
why he tries to go forward. Yeah, there's like a little bump, a little fall off, and like he's, in his mind, he's calculating how he can get over this little ridge without like completely crashing his car. And the moment you start with those weird chants, he hits the gas pedal. He never turned off his car. That's the worst thing about it. You were so into everything that you completely forgot to check. He hits the gas pedal. The car accelerates, makes it actually over this ridge, just like hits the ground after a 4 feet fall. The suspension doesn't really do too much, and you hear at least something go wrong inside of the car, and then it accelerates out of nowhere, and he just rams with a really loud bang, rams into the side of the building. What is it doing? What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna run over to him first.
Literally just 10 feet away. You can slide down and
his airbags like exploded.
Absolutely, airbags exploded. Like his front lights are completely off, and as you run over, you're not too sure how conscious he is. You hear him ache in there. You hear the dripping of fluids from his car, but he's not super responsive in the moment. You can, if you want to, try the ritual again. You know, just like grab into the car because the window's still rolled down. Grab into the car, grab his head, and blast him with your way too unnatural knowledge again.
Yeah, I'm gonna perform the ritual again.
Okay, hell yeah, give me another roll. For all of the circumstances, I'm gonna give you a plus 20. I'm gonna give you a bonus.
Okay, there we go.
Ah, nice, not even necessary, hell yeah. First of all, lose 3 willpower and a sanity.
I did that, yeah.
And give me a power roll again. Your power is pretty low, however, I'm gonna give him a huge detriment because he is almost unconscious.
I got a 71 over 40. This guy is unconscious, so hopefully he does bad.
As you grab his head, you shout the spell straight into his face. He seems almost not really there, and something in his brain just fries. It's a critical failure for him. Something in his brain literally just fries, which you can see that he starts convulsing. You let go of the head, let go of the hair.
Draw, Singwa Shobnigraf, Flegeth, one more. Wodimbala, Sieris Brilem, Lemmi, in Yobwap.
Yeah, and as you say those words, you lose the grip on his now shaking head as his body starts to convulse. It's not about, he's not forgetting the things you wanted him to forget. He's forgetting. You don't know how much he's forgetting. Yeah, you see there's blood coming out of his eyes, there's blood coming out of his nose. He's shaking uncontrollably, and then he just slumps, hits the airbags again.
I am going to get back in my car and drive away. Not looking at anyone, just walking calmly back to my car and leaving this town for good.
It's a shame you didn't find out where he got the information from, but it's not that it matters currently. There's not gonna be any danger coming from this dude ever again. If he survives this, you'll think to yourself, it's part of the job. Something you had to do. You've seen worse.
I could always pay him another visit if he doesn't decide to shut up.
With those thoughts, we close Operation Green Mind.